Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Samantha and welcome to Elephmyrrh. And today I wanted to discuss a purposeful or meaningful life and how to have a more positive and meaningful life. So my typical morning starts out the positive intention that I would like to have during the day, and it usually isn't really that simple, but I usually like to write down what I want to get done during the day, and it gives my day a little bit more meaning and purpose, and it gives a lot more inspiration to mundane things like work and doing the dishes and cleaning and things like that. It gives it a more positive attribute or a positive intention of doing everyday things. And I am a type of person that has to have meaning to everything that I do. I'm really not that spontaneous, but that's just one of the things that I really like about my wife, is because she's really spontaneous. So I like to help people understand that life is a journey, and I feel like if you give things a purpose and a meaning, it's much more beneficial for the person, especially when it comes to pain. Pain, there is a purpose and a positivity to pain. It might not feel like that in the moment if you're someone that has struggled with trauma or suffering. But I like to give meaning to things that are also negative. So I wrote a quote this morning, and it was something along the lines of, a start to a more purposeful life is to put a positive intention or a positive meaning on everything that you do. So I give an example of when I drink coffee every morning. I don't just drink coffee for the sake of drinking coffee. I drink coffee because I have a lot of goals that I want, and I like to get them done. So I like the taste of coffee, but it's also a reminder of, after I drink this coffee, I'm going to be more alert and more helpful to my wife or my animals or my work. So it's kind of like I'm drinking this positivity or this positive coffee, so I'm going to be more refreshed for the day. And I feel like this is really helpful for people that go through everyday mundane things, and it gives it a much more brighter perspective. So this also is really helpful for people that are struggling and are in a lot of physical, emotional, or mental pain right now. And there's always a purpose for everything, and I think that people really forget that, or they get lost in it because it's something that's really drowning for them. But the purpose of pain is to expand you into the person that you are meant to be, or the person that you came here to be. And that quote is like super easy for people that haven't been through anything, any pain or suffering at all, but it is very, very helpful when you are someone that's enduring something that's very, very painful and you don't really see a way out. The reason why we get so caught up in our negative experience or can't let go of trauma or a past negative experience is because we're putting a negative meaning onto it. And the whole reason why it is so painful, it's not exactly for the event itself, such as a divorce or a loss of a family member or a physical trauma. It's more of, what have I done to deserve this, or why is this happening to me? And people, including myself, have put a negative experience or a negative intention on this experience, so it makes them feel bad. So in my experience, I always like to ask myself, what have I asked in this during the course of my life? What have I asked that I really wanted to be, or what have I really aspired to be, or what have I really, what is my purpose for being here? And for a long time, I actually had no idea. And the purpose of pain is to not only expand you and mold you, but it's giving you an opportunity to get what you asked for. So let's say somebody wants to be an artist or a painter or a musician. The universe or God or life or your environment will give you opportunities in which to test you, for one, to see if you actually if that's something that you really want, and number two, it's going to give you a contrast. So the reason why people aren't happy all the time or sad all the time is because life likes to give you a contrast for things. So let's say a musician isn't creating very good music, or it's not getting people's attention, or they're not getting their ideas across, or the emotions that they want across. So the universe is going to give them possibly another person, a better artist in their life that's going to show them that this is really good music. This is what you need to do in your life to be a better musician. Because you're not going to learn just basically by people telling you things. Unfortunately, human beings like to complicate things, and they really like to make things really difficult. So if you have the trial, you're always going to get the blessing, is what I like to say. So I actually always remembered this person. I don't really talk to her that much, but she said, I wish that I had a kinder life. And for some reason that always really stuck with me, because I see a lot of people don't really have that kind of lives, and so it's really difficult for them to relate to other people because they feel like everyone else's life is more simpler and more kinder. But unfortunately, trials and tribulations will mold you into the person that you're supposed to be, and that's the meaning of pain, is to mold you in the person that you're supposed to be. And I'm probably the only individual in the world that views karma as a positivity, because I believe karma is trying to give you what you want in your life, and the reason why you're having the same experiences or not having a very kind life is because you're not learning the lessons of life, or the experience. You're not learning from the experiences. And I understand that's really difficult for people to say that have had a really hard life, but life does get better, and there is a purpose for every single person in this life. And there's so much suffering in the world that I always like to give some type of positivity within the world, because there are a lot of people that really suffer. So the purpose of your life and the purpose of pain is to expand you and to give you actually what you really want. You just have to look at the opposite, or what is the opposite of what you're experiencing right now. So if you're experiencing sadness right now, what would be an opposite opinion or a desired experience that you would like, and what are the steps to get there? So I also wrote a blog on how and why to find your purpose, and it's on my Modern Day Empath blog. And I also wrote a blog called How to Be Found, which is also really beneficial. So another quote, something that really helped me along my journey is I like to put a positive intention, or what positive aspect about myself has this amplified in a negative experience. So let's say someone endured a lot of physical abuse. Now, obviously that experience is really negative and it has a profound trauma for probably the rest of their life. However, if you could find something that is positive within this experience, or give it meaning within this negative experience, it will be less likely to be such a sting. Because if you view the negative experience as something that is totally negative, and yourself as totally negative, you're going to put the blame and the guilt on yourself, and you're not going to have as a meaningful life, because you're always going to view yourself as negative. So it could be, I'm a really strong person, I'm a really wise person, I'm a really kind person despite of experiences, I can relate to other people now who have been through similar experiences, and it's really helpful to note that you want to write down these affirmations that you actually believe. If you don't believe that you're a strong person because of this experience, then that's okay, but don't try to make yourself believe it, because it's going to create a lot more resistance. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a beautiful day, guys. Bye.